Well, hello, 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 my Mad Scrappers. I am back. This is card number 5 in 14 and 14. We're still trying. We're still going to try to do it. I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to do a lot of recording this weekend. Let's put it that way. But anyway, this is a really simple, cute card. I got the inspiration again from Pinterest. And I did a little bit of my own take on it because, of course, you don't always have all the same dies. It's kind of one of those, okay, I like that card and I want to make it, but I don't have the, yeah. And I've forgotten that I gotten this X and O die from Amazon, they're called KS Craft. They have some really cool stuff. You find them on Amazon. And I bought this probably last year, at least last year, if not the year before. And I'm finally getting to use it. And so I made this with obviously the die cuts, and then the embossing is with, this is an oldie and not quite moldy, but oh my goodness. I can't even begin to tell you how many years I have had this. I have probably had it at least 10 years. At least, at the very least, I'd have a date. I mean, well, you can tell it's $9.99. I mean, shoot. And it was 2 of them. There's 2 embossing folders in here. There is this one that did this 3D diamondy effect. And then the other one is more of a honeycombed. I had to split the top off. I had to take, just to get this die out, the embossing folder. It's a production. I don't like these sleeves. But here we have this one. It's hard to see. Maybe here you can see it a little bit better. But it's a honeycomb, a geometrics. These were when 3Ds first came out. And I think these were the first ones. I think we're the originators. I could be wrong. But I remember when these came out. And I have had it, and I refuse to get rid of it. I have purged, I don't know how many times. And now I am glad I didn't, because suddenly it was like, whoa! And there it was. Okay, so enough jibber-jabbering about all the stuff I've had and for how long I've had it. Let's get down to the business of making a card. So as always, one should be prepared. So the first thing to do, as I'm going to decide to do, is I'm going to die cut my X's and O's. And this is just basically Anna Griffin paper. This is, I just got it. So you're getting a tease of what I just got. My HSN haul came in huge tonight. So I already recorded that, and now I'm doing this. And so, and I'm like, oh, look, I need gold paper. Oh, look, I have a package of paper that arrived handy. So so I'm like, oh, I'm pulling a piece right now. So let me figure out how much, I need to make strips. So it's about 2 inches. So I'm going to go like 2 1/8, 2 1/4. I'm very miserly about Anna paper, but at the same token, I just bought a bunch of it. So let me not make my job of die cutting these too crazy. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut one. I'm going to cut 2 strips. I don't think I'll need, for this card I won't. I'll need more obviously later, because as always, it's, if you're going to make 1, make 10. So I've cut enough pieces to make 10 of these. So I already cut, I already have them cut, the card backs and then the frames. And the card back is an A2. This is your standard A2, and then the layer that I'm going to emboss and ink is this. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, because I'm just going to cover the entire card. Okay, so just so you know what the measurements are for your pieces. And now I'm going to come in, and I actually am going to use my, let me put I have Thin Mints here for inspiration, okay? Just purely for inspirational purposes. It's Girl Scout season already, guys. They knocked on the door, and I opened the door, and I'm like, oh no, the poor kid. I'm like, no, don't take that wrong. It's you. But it's like, we can't resist temptation. So yes, we got Girl Scout cookies. Probably far too many. Okay, what did I just do with those X's and O's? There they are. They went into hiding. They thought they were going to go into witness and protection. Not quite. Okay. So there we go. I'm just gonna see. I probably could have gone 2 1/8 and still save paper. But there you go. I'm so not stressing it right now. I'm just gonna get over it real fast. Okay, so let's run this through. Turn it on and run it really quickly through. And I'm gonna rewind it and run it back. And there we go. Ooh, that little O gave me trouble when I first cut it, and I think I have to find the sweet spot because I had trouble with this, and I ended up, when I put it on the edge on this side, it cut fine. So apparently that is the sweet side right now, or at the very least, you know, I don't know. I can't tell you why. I just know that when I was cutting a bunch of X's and O's for the card, that's what I had to do. I had to run it on the one on the right side, and then it cut just fine. So let's see. Yep, there we go. That's what did it. Okay, guys, you saw me cut one. You don't need to cut all of them, so give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we've got our X, our O, and our heart. Let's just add some, and I've already done the other ones, but real quickly I'll go over with you guys. And I just took two small little squares, like that one from right there, and put it on our little heart. I am not adding an extra layer because Anna Griffin's paper is pretty solid. And then the foamies in themselves, or little foam dimensionals, whatever you want to call them, do the job as well. So they finish. So this is pretty good. So I don't feel the need to do more die cutting. And here I'm grabbing just some 1/4 inch that I have. I'm pretty sure that, excuse me, this is Dollar Tree foam tape that I got. So, I mean, my favorite is the ones I get from the 99-cent store, but I can't get 1/4 inch tape there. I wish I could. Oh my goodness, the sample card just wants to fall over. Just standing it up there. So, and I should check and see if, like, scrapbook.com, this is where I get my strips, my other strips, if they have it in like a 1/4 inch, not necessarily in a roll, although here I am, I'm using it in a roll, but just a bigger one than what I need. So, or I just keep, the thing is with here at Dollar Tree, and I'm not opposed to this, I like this just fine, is that it comes in, it's a 3-pack, and then it has, I think, a 3-inch and a 1/2, and I don't use those. This is the one I use the most, and then I end up with a bunch of the other ones left over that I don't use as much. So that's my only opposition to the Dollar Tree one. And here, although the 1/4 inch, the nice thing about this one, and it's very flexible, is that I can just go in a circle on this. You know, just, I mean, I mangle it a little bit, and it tears a little bit, but it's not like, in this case, it's going to be a shaker or anything, although I could have made that and made it a tiny shaker. That is a missed opportunity. We may have to do that in a future one. Ooh, we'll see. I didn't even think about that. See, these are the things that come to me as I'm working on cards. So now we have all of our pieces, all of our X's and O's, all 3 of them. I already did the other 2 off camera. I'm telling you, everything sticks to this mat, ready to assemble the card. So now what we need to do is first, no. I was going to say embossing. No. We need to do our inking first. So we're going to take our panel, and this is Accent Opaque White, 110 pound. I bought this, I think I got it on Amazon. This was recommended by a YouTuber who's no longer on YouTube anymore, Ryan. Oh my gosh, Ryan Slope, who's amazing. I miss that man. He was just an amazing talent. But this was his favorite paper, and I bought it, and I love it. I love it for blending and everything. So, okay, so now we're going to use some of our new inks. Now that we have them, let's use them. So I pulled, this card is determined to fall over. This is like the leaning card of, the leaning card of whatever. Leaning card of Myra. So we have 3 colors here for my Simon Says stamp: Taffy, Sweets, and Bubblegum. And they are not necessarily colors that I would normally choose. I'm gonna be honest with you. They was like, okay, those are graduated. Let's go out of the box, Myra. Don't get out of your comfort zone, because I am not a big, huge fan of hot pink. I'm gonna be really, really, really honest. But I loved how this ended up, so I'm glad I followed my instincts. And we have 3 daubers already set up, because I already used them, because I made the sample card first. And we just go in there and we apply a bunch of ink to here, and we just go in. We'll pick up that little bit of ink there. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be beautiful at the beginning, because it ends up, I assure you, I promise you, promise on all my Girl Scout cookies, that this will blend out really beautifully, and it truly does. So I'm just going to go in here. and ink our little hearts away. Build muscles. This is great. It's great muscle building. Okay, we'll put that aside, and now we're going to come over into our sweets and blend some more. This is a bit of the tedious part, and it helps if you can open the ink pad. That is always very, very helpful. There we go. Let's get that. And we're just going to blend right into the top. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Again, as I always say, perfect is God. Everything else just... And listen to me, I agonize over everything, talking about, hey, just wing it. But this ink really, I will say this, it blends well, really, really well. And I like that it comes already kind of graduated for us. You know, so I can buy threes and just blend them in. I don't have to figure out, oh my gosh, what color should what's going to work well together. They kind of do it for you. This is a good thing. I don't like to think thinking hurts. Okay, we'll grab my little lid here and use that to hold my paper down so I don't get my fingers in it and make a mess of it. And it just is, my gosh, and my shoulder already hurts. But we will get through this. Grab in here. I want to blend a little bit down here, a little bit more. And it will blend up, come up. This, I mean, it only make it go so dark. It is just a way lighter pink. But we just want it to blend nicely together. I'll just do that. A little bit of here, a little bit there. And not agonize so much over it. You know, just let it. I'm going to come back down a little bit more with my darker pink, my taffy. And then I really want to go in really deep up at the top. Really give it that darkness. And I think I'm going to call it good. I'll be here all night trying to blend into perfection and not listening to myself. I just want to get that blend a little bit nicer. Although, I mean, I should really just let it go because it will. At the end, I wasn't happy with the last card. And then afterwards, I looked at it and I'm like, oh my goodness. Magic occurred. Okay, so now we have our panel. Let me clean this up and we'll do some embossing. Okie dokie, so now we're ready to emboss our panel. And to do that, we're bringing out Old Faithful again because I know I can do it on this one. And I don't want to futz with trying to figure out sandwiches right now. I am tired. I want to get this card done. Done. Did I make myself clear? I won't be finished. So we just, and I know I already tried it on this one and I knew it was going to work. Old Faithful, everything always works on this one. So I'm going to do, because this is water reactive, I am not going to spritz the card, although normally I would. But on this one, I'm not, because I'm afraid of what's going to happen, even if I spritz it on the back side. I am concerned about that, so I'm just going to wing it and run it through. And what I'm going to do is run it forward and run it backwards. And that way, oh my goodness. Maybe I won't run it backwards. Let's see, can I snag it? Can I catch it? I mean, I want to do is just run it through twice. I just want a really, really good embossing. There we go. There we go. Whoops. Snap. All right, let's put this down here so it's not in my way. And I'm gonna extend it out of the limit and make you guys like twitch for a second longer. Put these down here. Right, there we go. Well done. And look at that. Look how beautiful. And see, suddenly it's like, okay, wait a minute. I don't see any edges. I don't see any unevenness. It's like magic, magic. The fairies came while we weren't looking in that blink. But isn't that awesome? It is just gorgeous. You know, I don't mean to just sit here and, my goodness, I picked up they're like There we go. Okay, that was weird. That's weirdness. Okay, so now we're ready, I mean, really, to assemble. Almost, you know what? Before I assemble, let's do our stamping. Let me take it back. So I already stamped my original card. On the inside, we have hugs and kisses, and I've stamped the back of it. So I already have my Misty set up for where the stamps go. And that, so then I can just go through and just stamp everybody. See, there we go. It makes it so much easier. Just, you know, just literally assembly line it. And I stamped it with taffy. So on this one I did use, on this one, the Simon, I was happy with the result with my Simon Says stamp ink. So I went ahead and I wanted to use the same colors that, you know, to match the colors that I had used to do the ink blending. And I'm just gonna press down. And I had to hit it twice. And I feel that I have to hit it twice anyway. And more on the bottom than the top for whatever reason. Maybe I should just press harder on the bottom, right? What do you think, guys? Do you think that might work? There we go. And there we go. I'm going to call that good. It's not completely even, but I like that. Almost, it's like I have a little bit of shading. So I'm going to leave it at that. But what I'm going to do is clean the stamp, clean my Misty here, because it never fails. And this one is these are they're not felt, they're spongy. They're spongy, so they sink in, so it's easier to hit. And I'm going to find letter. Well, let's see. Let's get our Ranger out here. What I really love is my FSJ, and I have a bottle that's just out of reach right now. But let's see. Our Ranger, I have some of this. I don't know from where I got it from. And let's see how well it helps cleaning up some of the ink off. Well, it helped a little bit, but not a huge amount. If I had my FSJ, the Fun Sapper Journey, oh, that would, and I have like one bottle left. So I'm just like, don't know what I'm going to do when I can't get that, you know, when that bottle runs out. But now, whoops, let's not knock that over. But we're going to come back in. No, we're not going to stamp the paper. We're going to stamp. I mean, we are going to stamp the paper, but we're not going to there. That would be bad. Bad, bad, really bad. But we, and you don't ink the stamp and then stick your hand in it. All right, people? Just know that, you know, do what I say, don't do what I do. And then we'll just stamp that, and I'm calling that good. I'm not going to re-ink it. I'm going to leave it just as is. Because I like it. I like it a little lighter. We're good with that. So let me remove my card. And I goofed. Oh my goodness. Who saw that coming? We're going to put a heart there. So now we're going to flip our card because we're Dingeldorf. We're Dingeldorf. I forgot to flip my card, but that's okay. There are no mistakes, people. There are just opportunities for creativity. So now Myra has to come up with a way. See, I told you, if I don't make a mistake, things are not right. I don't know how everybody else on YouTube never makes a mistake on camera. That is, you know, I find that to be very unjust. But there you go. It's part of my charm. Okay, there we go. We are happy with it. And now we have to think about what we're going to do with that. Don't do that. Up. And just to add insult to injury, I put the paper into the ink pad. And I got ink on the outside. But that's not going to bother me so much because that's what I'm covering. The whole face is covered by the top panel. So, but give me a second. Let me clean. I'm going to clean this and I'm going to think of what I'm going to do to fix this. Hey guys, I thought about it. I really did. And I realized that the solution to my problem was to stamp a new panel. And I'll worry about the other one later. But really quick, let me now re-sign this one. No, I'll use that panel. You watch. I will figure it out. But I just didn't want to figure it out tonight. So there we go. I'm going to put my really quick signature on that. I wanted to do it, and whoops, now I made a dot on my mat. All right. You go back where you belong. and I have to let it dry. So yeah, it dried. Because I have to apply this panel down before I put in my X's and my O's, before I add my hugs and my kisses. And we're just going to go around it with, I did a couple, on the other one, I did a couple of passes with Big Mama because this is a 3D dimensional panel. So there's a lot of nooks and crannies. So I want to make sure that I get a good adhesion down. So I'm going to use up a little bit more tape. Oh golly gee, because it's not like I don't have like 5 rolls waiting, and then this one's almost done. I'm going to be, probably by the next project, I'm going to have it to be retaped this one again. That's because I'm making so many cards. Now we just apply. And you have to zhuzh your sleeves. Okay, that's very important to the technique. You must zhuzh your sleeves. And let's see, so we're going to, and they're always a little bit off. That's interesting. But I think it's because this panel got embossed, so it made it kind of wonky. But what I'm going to do is I am going to abut it to this back edge and the bottom. And then press it in, and you guys can see that I have got a margin on the top. And that happened to me on the last card. Last card, it was more. Or actually a little bit less than this one. But, you know, the easy way to fix it, just grab your paper trimmer and take the smidge off. That is all. So, I mean, it'll make it a little bit, oh, the horror of horror, 1/16 of an inch under our 4, you know, our 5.5 by 4 1/4, you know. There you go, so sue me. That was, again, another easy solution to a crisis. Oh, okay. Enough of that silliness. Okay, so now we're going to put all our X's and O's on. So let's bring in all our X's and all our O's and all our lovely little hearts. And I had wanted to do a decoration on these, and I couldn't figure out what I was going to do. And then I realized you Dinkleberry used the hearts. Okay, now why do I only see 2 hearts? I need another heart. I should have 3 hearts. I only see 2 of them. Where did it go? Hang on a second. I'll be right back. The heart has been found. It had slidden under the mini Empress. So there you go. It was an escapee. So now we just have to put up our X's and O's. And what I did to do this, to line them up, is I started from the top and worked my way down. So we just pull, you know, we start pulling off strips here. And I've already burnished them in theory. There we go. Come here. Stop being disinterested. And oh. Okay, now we're going to grab this. And I want to put it very, very close to the top because these guys just barely fit on this card. But I have a little bit of play with the sides, so we'll go with that. Because the top and the bottom determines where the middle is. And that's what I did. You will see I will do the top and the bottom first. Come here, my pretty. Yeah, this is like the orange that you peel. Try to peel it all at once. We'll put that down next. And just line it up. And then we're going to come back. And we line up the top and the bottom. Because if you saw on my sample, see? And I went backwards. I'm tempted to go XO, 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 but no, I like going that little bit of wonkiness. So I'm going to leave it that way. So it's hugs and kisses, kisses and hugs, hugs and kisses. And there you go. Because that's part of the madness. You don't have to always be XO, XO, XO. Let's be a little different here, okay? Let's run against the grain. Okay, so now I just remembered that I have to leave just about, you know, it's like 1/8 of an inch, but I am coming in almost 1/4 of an inch. So 1/8 of an inch at the bottom, more or less, and 1/4 of an inch. And if you do this, I mean, your spacing will be determined by the letters that you use. I lucked out that I had this that has the hearts on it too. And I think that's a really cute little touch. So, and that was just like a larky thing. I bought these and I'm like, oh, eventually I'll use them. And they were very inexpensive, so... You know, that was an added bonus. Although I missed out. I messed up on not making shakers out of like, I could just use glitter. You can just use glitter and that would be perfect. Now I come in and I do my X's and O's. Now I do in the middle and I just center it. And then the spacing looks just right. Even if it's not perfect, it's the same distance, you know, in the middle with the top and the bottom. Who cares? It will just look like you meant to do that. I mean, it's like when the cat falls off the bed. I meant to do that. The only thing I want to make sure is that I do leave it 1/8, about 1/4 of an inch in from the edge, about the same spacing from the edge. And take your time on this, okay? This is not where you rush or talk while you're doing it. It's like famous last words. Oh my goodness, let's go. Let's get this done. Okie dokie. Alrighty. And we'll just align it, do the same thing. Center it top to bottom. And press it down. And there we go. So, oh my goodness, except you don't put your heart upside down. Ah! I knew something didn't look right. Oops, and I did rip up some of the paper, but oh my gosh, you can't even tell. And when I put the O down, it will put it back in its place. Dork, why weren't you guys telling me that I was putting it on upside down? There we go. Woohoo! Now we just have to put down our hearts. And we have survived all the mistakes. So see guys, they are survivable. It's not, I don't ever want to hear nobody beats himself up over doing that, because now you know that, oh God, no, I'm not as bad as her. See? When you have your doubts about yourself, no, I'm out there doing things way worse than you are. You know, like getting ink, look at my fingers are all red. I'm like, I'm not Violet Beauregard, I'm Pinky Beauregard or whatever. I'm pink. I'm all, and hot, not just pink, but pink. And just that. I mean, this is a really simple card. It comes together very quickly, but it is, I think, is really striking. And that ink blending between, it does like settle itself in on its own. It's kind of like self-leveling, I guess you want to say. I mean, it just does. It's just, and then, you know, with the embossing, it's like, but look at that. There we go, my friends. It is all one and done, stamped, signed, sealed, and almost delivered. And it came together very quickly, I think, you know, with mishaps and all, okay? So hopefully you learned and took away something from this, or just enjoyed watching me, and that's cool too, okay? But now you have a card idea for a Valentine's, and it's gonna be for, I mean, you could do this in blues. I thought, ooh, it would be cool to do some, and maybe that's what I do. I do half of them in pink and half of them in blue. What do you think? And then it could be a guy, you know, for whatever. So regardless, again, if you enjoyed this, it gave you some good ideas, wonderful. I'm so happy. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up and drop me a note, say hi. And if you want to see more of this madness, because you want to see what is she going to do next, I gotta see, I gotta know, then subscribe and ring that bell, people, because I promise you, I will not disappoint. I will do something. And meanwhile, I am going to let you go. I am tired, I'm pooped, and I have to edit this. So y'all have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Go out there and craft and make something beautiful. And as always, remember that what you make and what you give brightens someone's day. So go out there and make a difference with your art, okay? And as always, don't ever forget, we're all a little mad here. So come on, craft the madness with me, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye!